Um, yeah, I mean, Jacob, if you want to go first, we could do that. Oh, wait, Ian's here. Ian will go first, and then I'll have you go.
Hey,
Ian!
can you hear me? Testing.
Hold
One, two,
on.
one, two, three.
My volume totally muted itself. Okay.
Jay, what's up? Whoa, everyone's here. Ooh, chocolate Oreo is here.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Yeah, thank you for having me on your show.
Of course. So, for everybody who doesn't know who you are, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hello, guys. My name is Ian Steven. I am the vampire of the stream. Much love to every single one of you. In case you guys don't know, I do music, games, and many more on my stream. This is just a little sneak peek on only on Scout and Meet Me. Yeah, we'll be we'll be right back. All right, here we do. Yeah, well, this is what we do, guys. We make happy, be happy, always on stream. I'll showcase it to you again. Um, yeah. Oh, everyone's here. Lana's here.
Okay, so now you do, like you said, you do a little bit of everything. So, how did you get started in all your trades?
How did I get started with all of my trades?
Like your talent.
Well, um, people say that they are born with talent. Um, I wasn't born with talent. I was trained,
You-
skilled, um, being forced into learning the freaking guitar.
so, guitar wasn't something that you just picked, that you wanted to do. It was just like,
Okay, when I was younger, at the age of like 9, 10, around there, my mom put me into a um, those music academies to actually learn instruments.
yes.
And there were so many instruments for me to pick from, like from violin to piano to guitar to what else. They even have these Chinese traditional instruments called a guzheng and erhu. And I'm like, okay, so many instruments there for me to learn. But I chose the guitar because one thing, the course fee was a little bit more cheaper. Just saying. And the teachers seem a little bit more nicer. So I'm like, why not I give guitar a try? And my mom plays the guitar too. So there you go.
Nice. So, now who influences you in like your music, your videography, and all that?
Okay. So I think I didn't touch on that subject yet. I am a film and video producer in the day, probably sometimes in the night. And who influenced me to actually do what I do? For music, so many influences, too many, like a lot. The biggest inspiration or someone that I look up to growing up, as in a musician, is Michael Jackson. I think a lot of people actually have the same. Um, yeah, so Michael Jackson was a big inspiration in the pop music, MJ. Um, there's another genre of music which I also like to listen to. Um, is wait, not genre, different language of music. Excuse me. That I like to listen to is Chinese pop, and a Chinese pop star that inspired me to actually sing a lot of Chinese pop is Wang Lihong or Alexander Wang. He is amazing. He's great. He's a pop star in Asia. Yeah. So two people that inspired me to go into music: Alexander Wang or Li Hong, and Michael Jackson. And for film, producing and making film, of course, who can forget Steven Spielberg? All right. He is the grandfather of, I think, probably one of the first visual effects being done, right?
Right.
Yeah. And I've always wanted to make films like that. Seeing the first Jurassic Park is like, whoa, that's amazing. How you
Yeah.
bring dinosaurs into a film. Yeah,
Exactly.
with animatronics. and I don't know, it's just so much effort being done, being put into um, a production, a film production, and that was one of my he's one of my inspiration, and as well as uh, what's his name again? Tim Burton. Tim Burton also is another person that inspired me because he was the person who actually did not follow social norms in terms of making film. Yeah, he went against it. So, to me, these two people I look up to and making films, and for the music side is those two people I mentioned before.
Of course. So now, um, for people who don't know, you're actually from across the pond. You're in
Yeah, no, I'm very very nearby. We are like neighbors, aren't we? Just walking distance. If you open up the map, we're only this far apart.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm all the way in Malaysia. Oops, sorry. My alarm is. I'll be right back, real quick. My alarm is ringing. That's interesting. First time doing so on a talk show. It
All
didn't
right,
happen.
guys.
Show.
All right, guys. If you're first joining, this is Talent Exposed. We have Ian Steven right now with us, and
Yep.
he is interviewing. We're interviewing him, and he's gonna play for us a few songs in a little bit.
Yeah.
Now, did you make any originals songs, or do you just
Original
know
song?
cover, or do you have only covers?
I have original songs. Yes, I do. I
You
do
do.
have, but
You
I
do.
haven't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have it in a sense that it's on Spotify or Apple Music and all that yet. I just have it because I like writing songs and I write jingles for my commercials. I write songs for artists. They just give me songwriter credits for a lot of it. Um, but
So,
for my own music, I have not released yet. Plan is to release it this year, but we'll see how.
ooh, little inside scoop. Okay. All right. So now, can you tell us a little bit about your originals? Like maybe like what you write about.
hmm I write about sadness a lot.
Sadness.
Yeah, love, heartbreak, love, sadness. I think that's like the main key thing a lot of musicians write. Whenever they start writing songs or poetry, they like to write through pain. And for some reason, pain brings art, or pain makes art. And through their experiences, that's how they actually write songs. And I am one of those cliche songwriters that I actually write songs based on either heartbreak or a loss of a family member or just by watching a heartbreaking movie.
Of course.
Yeah.
So now, um, for anybody who wants to maybe like keep in touch with you, where can they find you outside the app? And for
Okay.
those of you who are on the app, favorite Ian.
Yeah, thank you. You guys can find me on my social medias. It's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, same name, all at this at Ian Steven. If you guys haven't seen it yet, I think it's been popping up here on top at
Yes.
Ian Steven. Yep. So same name, same everything, and all across the board, all social media accounts. Yeah.
Nice. All right. So if you want to play for us a few songs, you can
Sure.
get right
Um,
into it.
I'll play you guys an original.
Sounds good.
Yeah. So I've wrote a lot of original songs over the years, and this is one of the original songs that I've been singing and performing all the time. I think it's what represents me as my song. So this is Home. It's a song that I wrote because I miss home. With whatever that's been happening uh, this past year, and all of us are missing home and family. So this is
How
home.
how is the pandemic affecting you over there in Malaysia? Now that we talked about that.
Okay, the pandemic is affecting us quite bad. We, as in Malaysia, we're having a lot of issues and a lot of problem, but we are in or I'm considered lucky to be in a state where I still have my job, where I still have people surround me to support, and yeah, I'm just lucky. I guess I'm just very lucky to have that. Mhm.
Nice.
Yeah. So here's home, and I hope you guys enjoy being with your family, enjoy staying home, and yeah, be safe, guys. Seeing people in the streets, don't know what they're thinking. Maybe everyone's a creep that just wants to be in deep within, finding a way to belong. Oh, how it's been. This is the way we should live life like this. Wondering if we all miss this. Oh, let's go home. I want home. Turn around in the city with lights that are flashing by. Not knowing what would hit me, but the truth is we'll be fine. So long as they do not see me standing still. If life is like the movies, can you tell me what is real? Oh no, a loop deep within, finding a way to belong. Oh, how it's been. This is the way we should live life like this. Wondering if we all miss this. Everybody, let's sing home. Oh, home. Let's go home. I want home. Let's go home. I want home. Let's go home. I want home.
That was awesome.
Yeah, so that's home.
That was a great song. I can't wait for that song to come out. No.
Yeah, I'm hoping that it'll come out because we were doing the song last year, starting I think it was mid last year, and then because of the pandemic and stuff, it taken a toll. So it's like being pushed to this year. So I'm hoping this year will come out. Who knows?
I love that.
Hmm. Yeah.
All right. So, are you gonna play one more for us?
You want me to play one more song for you guys?
If you
Uh,
want, I might
Anybody?
step away just for 1 second, but if you want to take it away, then
Anybody still on here? Anybody still here on Kim Possible stream? Guys, if you guys are still around, thank you guys so much for being here.
yes, our next guest is still in here, and we've got a bunch of people still in here.
Nice. All right, I'll do one more song.
All right,
For you
I'm
guys.
just gonna step away for 1 second. You take it away, Ian.
All right. So this next song is was inspired from a movie, Collateral Beauty. It's talking about death and how people go through death. Hope you guys enjoy this one. There are times that I wish that just took the time to realize this. Voice inside with all the memories that we share. I'm afraid that here is where our story ends. No more pain for the glory. Wish that I wrote the story of our life. Time to change the path of it all. Cause God, I know that she's not here. I wish you could be right here with me. Now I hope that you see the pain it's causing me. Just know that it's not your fault that you left me. Ashes to ashes, yeah, I believe my time stood still till the day with me. Till the day with me. Tell me now, was it worth it to be loved? Show me how can our story still be heard? And I pray that God will trade with me someday for a life so that we can mend all our pains. No more pain for this glory. I thought that we made a promise till the end, but by the time I went to your bed, I hold you tightly and I said, I wish you could be right here with me. I hope that you'll see the pain it's causing me. Just know that it's not your fault that you left me. Ashes to ashes, yeah, I believe my time stood still till the day with me. No, no, oh, oh, oh. Time stood fast, but I'm still sad. I'm screaming inside, can't you hear me? I know it's tough, and you better believe that I hate you. I hate you for picking her and not me. I wish you could be right here with me. And I hope that you'll see the pain it's causing me. Just know that it's not your fault that you left me. Ashes to ashes, yeah, I believe my time stood still till the day with me. 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 Till the day with me.
Woo!
There you
That
go.
was a great song. That was an original?
Yeah, that was an original too.
Awesome.
Thank you so much, Jay. Thank you guys so much for being here to support uh, Kim's show. And you guys are so amazing. Be sure to stay for the next guest. All right.
Yes. Thank you so much for coming in. I
Thank you so
appreciate you.
much. Love.
All right, guys, that was Ian. That was Ian. All right, so we're gonna get Jacob in the box. Jacob, if you wanna hit the plus sign and then the guest, and that will put you in the for the box, and we shall get you in.
Hello. Hi, can you hear me?
Is the box gonna work for us today?
Oh, not working.
Sometimes the box doesn't like us.
Okay. Hello? All right. Hello.
Does
I don't know.
anybody see Jacob, or is it me? I might have to have you request the box again.
Okay.
Yeah. Jacob, can you try requesting one more time? Sometimes the box glitches. Let's see. Do we have him this time? Do we have him this time? We have him. Hello, Jacob. How are you?
Oh, hi. Is this working now?
Yes, it is.
Oh, good, good. Glad it worked out. That was scary.
Yeah, no, it's okay. The box can glitch sometimes. It's a little.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Well, thanks for
Yeah.
having me.
Of
That
course.
was the first guest. That was some great music.
Yes. So now, for everybody who doesn't know who you are, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi. Yes, I'm Jacob Williams, and I am a comedian. I have a new special called Unemotional Roller Coaster on YouTube now. It's an hour. It's free on YouTube, and there's an album. I think it's free to listen to the whole thing on Pandora, but it's also on like Spotify and iTunes and things like that. I'm at Mr. Jacob Williams on like Instagram and Twitter and TikTok. So I'm putting out new jokes and videos on there. But yeah, it's good to be here. Thanks for having me.
Of course. So now, how did you get started in comedy? What made you want to become a comedian?
Good question. Yeah, I was always like a big fan of comedy, but I was also like kind of quiet and anxious growing up. So I wasn't sure if it was something I could actually do. But I was watching a lot of like Conan and things like that, and saw people like Dimitri Martin who had kind of like a quieter style that was kind of inspiring to me. And when I started going to college, I had a friend that did comedy like for the first time at an open mic, and I didn't realize before that you could just like start doing it so easily, and that you don't have to be like amazing at it right away. So I just kind of gave it a shot. I was pretty terrified the first few times, but I just kind of got hooked and just kept doing open mics and things like that for a while until it led to other gigs. And yeah, so I just kind of stuck with it, and got really lucky that it's turned into my job for now, but for the last few years. So knock on wood. But yeah, so I'm hoping to keep doing it as long as I can.
Yeah,
And
now you've been a part of the Wild and Out show.
yeah, I got to do a few seasons of MTV's Wild and Out, which is like a hip hop style improv show, kind of like similar to Whose Line Is It anyway. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. I never expected to be in so many rap battles in my life. That I've gotten to do on there,
Yeah,
and so
we actually have conceded who's on the app. He actually is a streamer on the app, and he comes on and he has a lot of fun with everybody. So he's
oh
actually, yeah.
yeah, I actually just did a show on Clubhouse with him on Wednesday. I did it the last couple of Wednesdays, and I think I'm gonna do it whenever I can. I might not be able to make it every week, but yeah, they're doing something on Clubhouse every Wednesday at 9. Conceited and Justina, and sometimes me and other cast members will pop in where we do improv games with whoever wants to join, and it's a lot of fun. But yeah,
Nice,
he's really funny. He's a great battle rapper, and, very talented.
nice. So now, what's your style of comedy? Like, if people came out to a show, like, what is like some like? Do you tell yourself to a certain like area, like in the comedy, or do you branch out to every different area?
So you mean areas in terms of like topics or styles or that kind of thing?
That yes, that.
Okay. Sure. Yeah, I guess a lot of people have described my style as deadpan or one-liners, which I do have a lot of times. But I do try to mix it up too, and I do occasionally have some impressions and other stories and longer things in there. But yeah, I think I love just like jokes, so it's really just as many jokes as I can fit in, but at the same time I try to make them all connected to like real things that have happened in my life. And I love, but yeah, I kind of like all kinds of styles, so it's like I'll throw in silly things. I just got a warning that I might get, oh man, I have a setting on my phone to limit my social media, so there's a chance I might get kicked out of here in 5 minutes off my phone. I
Okay.
might get out by
Well,
myself.
well,
So I'll try to fix it. I can probably log right in after that, but
yeah,
I keep
definitely.
forgetting to turn that off before I do like a talk show or something. But yeah, I do. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I guess yeah. I just try to talk about my life and make jokes about it, and I'm generally I have a lot of clean material, but I love talking about anything that happens to me. So it just depends on the show. I could always do like an hour of clean stuff if it's like a college gig or very religious group or something. But I love talking about other topics as well. So just it does tend to be like very self-deprecating, just because I don't like to make fun of people too much if it's like about something that they can't control or that kind of thing personally. But yeah, just just real stories usually about embarrassing or awkward moments in my life, and things that were kind of emotionally painful at the time but are now fun, hopefully fun to talk about or funny to talk about. And so it's kind of therapeutic in that way. But yeah, so that was a very non-funny answer, but yeah, that's kind
Yeah.
of,
So, who are your influences? Who are would you say are some of your influences in comedy or in
Sure.
general?
Oh, some of my influences in comedy. Yeah, I think.
In general.
What was the second part? Sorry.
I said in general or in general.
Oh, in general. Well, in generals, I liked Patton, the General Patton. But no, I think in comedy, I like. Let's see here. Mike Birbiglia is a really great personal storyteller. I love his style a lot. And then there's a lot of great New York comics right now. I really enjoy watching Joe List and Sam Morril, who both put out their own specials, and they kind of inspired me to put out the one that I did put out now. And but yeah, there's so many great comics, and I'm blanking on all of their names right now. But yeah, I think yeah, like I said, Demetri Martin definitely was inspiring early on. And yeah, so that's just a handful, I guess. But yeah, so those are kind of those are 3 examples, I guess, or 4. But yeah.
So if people want to check you out, for maybe those who are just coming in who didn't hear you at the beginning, you want to plug in your social media where they can find you?
Yes. Yeah. So I'm at Mr. Jacob Williams on social media, like Instagram and Twitter and TikTok. I have a Facebook fan page as well, and I have a YouTube channel. I have a new hour-long comedy special on there that came out last month, and so please check that out and like and comment and subscribe on there. That would mean a lot to me. It's kind of do-it-yourself style, so I'm just trying to get it out there on my own. So I'm just telling people one by one, and I'm hoping some people besides my parents will watch it. But no, I've been hearing a lot of great comments and feedback, so I really appreciate everyone that's watched it so far. And yeah, I hope you check that out and enjoy it, whoever's watching this. And yeah, and then the album version is also, if you have any kind of streaming thing, you should be able to hear it on SiriusXM and other things like that. And I'm of low power mode on my phone, and I'm also cell phone low power mode actually. But anyway, so yeah, hopefully I don't know, my phone might kick me off in a moment. I don't know, but yeah, that's the main places to find me. I'll be doing shows like this online, and doing stand-up online too, and like doing newer stuff on there that I've been working on since the album, and that occasionally outdoor shows and things. But yeah, that should be yeah, I think that's most of I don't have much going on, but that's most of it.
Nice. Do you have anything like maybe that you would like to like do like a little like skit for us like right now? Or if not, it's okay. Oh no, I think it's social media.
Oh, am I back? Is this working? Yeah, sorry about that. I got cut off. So yeah, I can talk a little bit about. I'm trying to think of what is going on right now. Yeah, yeah, so I can talk a little bit about some of the things that I'm working on now. I have been, yeah, I haven't really been dating during the quarantine, so things are pretty much the same for me as before quarantine. But I was always embarrassed, like if I went on a date and like my card got declined, especially because it's a gift card, and that never feels very good. But anyway, let's see. But yeah, I have been really lonely during quarantine. Like I got a spam call earlier. I ended up talking to them for like 3 hours. So like eventually they just hung up on me and asked to be on my do not call list. That's kind of where things are at for me. And I was pretty upset when my gym closed down, because I was thinking about finally actually going to it. And like I always thought the reason I wasn't going was because it was too far away, but now there's gym equipment in my apartment. I'm like, that's still too far. So like this is true. I bought this this pull-up bar thing I think it's broken because I tried using it and I wasn't able to do any pull-ups. So that's kind of where I'm at. But I have been reading during quarantine. I was reading this. I read a couple of books actually. I read The 48 Laws of Power and The Art of Seduction. In case anyone watching is wondering why I'm so powerful and seductive, that's what that's from. But anyway, that's always a weird joke to do with a small crowd or one person. If there's not an audience laughing at it, it sounds like I'm just actually think that. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, I've been doing, but this has been a lot of fun. I've actually been doing a lot of online shows, like I mentioned, and that can be weird. Like sometimes everyone's muted, so I'm just saying jokes with no response afterwards. It's kind of like the first 2 years I did comedy, basically. But yeah, I think the worst show I did online at the end of my set, I was like, this was kind of weird because you guys were muted, and this guy's like, actually, we weren't muted. I did this one show online, and this guy accidentally unmuted, and his friend's like, "What are you watching?" He's like, "Oh, it's the corny white guy from Wild 'N Out," and I had to be like, "Hey, the corny white guy from Wild 'N Out can hear you right now." So that was kind of weird. It was like I was hearing a YouTube comment live, you know. But yeah, I remember doing some shows in the summer in the park, and sometimes I'd think it was going well, but then I realized the laughter I heard is just people having fun on a picnic. Or like someone would be clapping, but it was just because she was like trying to get her dog's attention. So that was kind of disappointing. I also, let's see. But yeah, that's some of my jokes. I don't know. I don't know how much time I'm supposed to, but thank you so much.
That's good.
But yeah, I'll be.
Give people a taste so that if they want to come check you out, you know.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so that's a bit of it. Yeah, I'll do some Zoom shows where I'll be doing longer sets and more new stuff.
And maybe if you want to come onto the platform in the future and become a permanent streamer and do some on here, I can email you about that.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I'd love to do some.
Yeah.
I have,
definitely.
I'm in quarantine. I always look forward to things like this. I have nothing. Please. Anyone that wants to have me on here, I'm happy to chat anytime. So, this was a lot of fun. Thanks so much for having me.
Of course. Thank you for coming, and I look forward to talking to you soon.
Likewise. I'm looking forward to the rest of the show. Take care, everyone. Bye.
Bye. I'll see you. All right, guys, that was Jacob Williams. So eComedy 101, you want to request the box.
Hello.
Hello. You made it.
I did. I literally just got in the door like 2 seconds ago. Like starting up my computer system and everything.
I was just like stalling as much as I could. I was just like.
No, there's a special baby dedication at church tonight. So I actually ran about 10 minutes later. So.
Yeah, I was just like one of the guests dropped out, and I quickly ran into Ian Stevens' stream, and I was just like, "Hey, you want to come be on my show? So like we can like." And
yeah,
he was like, "Yeah."
Yeah, he's very talented.
Ian's the savior. Because otherwise you would have been like, "Oh no, I missed her show," and.
Yeah, I watched the end of Ian's as I was in the car. I was pulling out of the church driveway, and I'm like, okay. And then when I saw, was this Jacob Williams come into the box, and I was like listening to it like a podcast. So as I'm like, good, green light, green light, green light. This is great.
So now, for people who don't know who you are, why don't you introduce yourself?
Yes, I am eComedy 101. As a hobby, I have picked up a tendency of writing song parodies. They literally ideas just start coming to my head. It was not inspired by anyone or anything in particular. They just come to me. So I write song parodies. If you guys don't know what that is, I take songs that are popular and I write topics into them. what I tell people, it's kind of like if Weird Al and Taylor Swift had a baby and they baptized that baby in cringe water. That's kind of like what I do.
Of course. And thank you, Jacob. And so now, like you said, you nothing really inspires your parodies or anything. So, how long does it usually take you to write a parody? Like when it comes to you, when it hits you, like how do you choose your song? Because I know you do it from other songs, like people's songs, and then you just like take an instrumental of the song and you turn it into a parody. So how long does it take for you to decide a song and decide this is what I'm going to write about and to write it?
It really does vary, because I can be in a weird situation, or I can be doing something that I'm not even sitting down thinking I'm going to work on a song, and an idea will just come to my head. The first song I ever wrote was actually 10 years ago, like over 10 years ago, and I was driving from Wisconsin to Iowa. I was going back to visit, and I was super frustrated. Around the area of Boscobel, Lancaster, Benamor, there's these valleys that the service is horrible for cell phones. And this is before smartphones, so the services were even worse back then. So I was listening to the Armageddon soundtrack, and the cover of Leaving on a Jet Plane, Chantal Kreviazuk did for that movie, was playing on my CD player or in the car. And all of a sudden I'm thinking, I'm searching for service. I don't know when my phone will work again. And so so it had nothing to do with any particular person. Like, I was just frustrated at my phone. And I finished writing those lyrics, and I decided to just start singing them at karaoke with my karaoke friends. And it became a thing. Every time we went out, they requested for me to sing that song. And that's just, so that one didn't take me too long. So one time trying to rap, I had a little lame and it didn't work out for me. And so I ended up last minute, in less than an hour, my quickest song parody I ever wrote was to I'm a Little Teapot, and it was called All He Does Is Smoke Pot. So because I was sitting and the idea just came to me, like I don't drink and I don't smoke, and I just brainstorm. Other songs, I'll write down a song title, and then I'll write down an idea I have, and then I don't even come back to it until 3 months later, because I've had so many other ideas regurgitate out of my head. So it can go from an hour, or it can, sit and ponder for a couple of months.
Yeah. So now you're also a judge on Zen's The Reveal. What is it like being a judge on the show? And how do you like all the people so far who've been on? And what do you like? I know you said it's getting harder and harder every time, but what do you expect? What are you looking for people to bring as the show moves forward?
That show is very interesting in itself, because, people, for those who don't know, people are coming in on a lurk account and they're disguising themselves, and they are coming in and trying to perform, and without you trying to really guess who they are. And what's really interesting for me, with a little bit of my background, I have been in theater groups. I've been trying to teach myself different makeup techniques. I actually had the same drama coach, not the same time, but the same drama coach as Ashton Kutcher. Not everybody knows that. But with those little things, what I'm looking for when I see this show is, how can people get creative and be outside the box? It doesn't mean spend a ton of money. It doesn't all, because not one has that type of money or the funds to spend on that, or two, some people are in areas where they can't get out and get things right now, because depending on their COVID rules. So you know, what I like to see is if somebody has something that seems more simple, like a sweater or sunglasses, you know, what are they doing to change that up? You know, are they, you know, like NorCal, she was on the show. I was able to recognize her, but she was trying to do the duck lips. She was doing the air guitar. She hid her hair. So her key component things that define her, she was trying to still disguise in other ways. And then people have used animations now and puppets and full costumes. You came in as the monkey girl. I had no idea you.
No.
Um,
No.
and I like how, you know, and I've heard you sing, and then you came in as a dancer. And this is a
Yes.
great opportunity for people to hide their normal talent and show us something else. So I'm ready. I'm ready for the unexpected.
Yes. All right. So now for people who want to check you out or check your parodies out, why don't you plug that in for us?
Oh, yes, absolutely. I'm eComedy 101. It is the same on all forms of social media platforms. So Jacob, I don't know if you're still here, but I'm also on TikTok. I'm kind of weird on there. I do clips of my songs on there. YouTube, it's pretty low budget. I just record off my phone right now. I'm working on some projects. I'll be coming back around and redoing a lot of the stuff. Um, I do I've been picking up a little bit more on Instagram, but that's been showing some of my outfits and themes I've done for my songs. So eComedy 101. If I have a social media platform, that is my name. It's same on everything.
Nice. Well, thank you for coming on.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Of course. And I look forward to, and everybody go favorite eComedy 101 if you haven't already. And I look forward to seeing you on Monday.
Oh yes, absolutely.
All right, so I'll exit you out, and thank you again for coming on.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. All right, guys, that was the show. That was Talent Exposed for today. If you guys haven't already, make sure you follow everybody on their social medias and favorite everybody who's on the platform. And don't forget to, you can check out all the episodes on Emoji J's YouTube. And thank you to all the gifters who gifted. We got eComedy 101. We got Alana. We've got Goofball Tendencies. We got Maki and J-Bro and Whoopty and Starlet. Thank you guys for the gift. And I look forward to seeing you guys next week on the show. And I hope you all have a good night. Bye.